Hello, hi everyone. Thanks for joining. We will be starting at 2 p.m. sharp, so just waiting for everyone else to be in as well. Hello, hi everyone. Sorry, just a couple more minutes. I think we still have quite a number of people just joining, so just give me a few more minutes before we start. Thank you. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Cool. We'll just wait for a few more minutes because I think quite a number of exhibitors are still trying to join. So perhaps just 1-2 minutes more before we start. Thank you. All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks for your time for the exhibitors briefing. Could everyone hear me? Just give me a thumbs up if you could. Yeah, that's great. Cool. So sorry, just wanted to kind of like align what is the exhibitors briefing about today. So this is purely for marketing platforms today. And we will be going through 3 platforms today regarding eZone, Gave Me Lead Scanners app, as well as Swapcart. So we do have Gave Me and Swapcart with us as well, just to give everyone an overview of how to fully utilize the platforms and get the most ROI out of your event. So if you could also see my screen, do you manage to see the PowerPoint deck that I'm showing as well? Okay, great. So let's start off. Just wanted to kind of like run through the eZone part as well. So let me run through the agenda for today. So today we are just going to run through the exhibitors zone, which is the e-zone. Most of you would have already have access to it. If you don't, there will be pointers in this slide to let you know how to reach out to us to get access to your exhibitors zone. We'll talk about promoting your speaker sessions for some of you who may have the speaker slots. And then we will talk about some of the key briefing dates and deadlines for your submission, some sustainability efforts that the team is working on, key contact details. And from there, Gave Me would take over regarding lead scanning app. That would be really helpful for you on site on how to capture the leads on site, and also Swapcard event app and business matching platform as well. So in terms of the exhibitors zone, this is actually a one-stop platform to make your participation in TechWeek Singapore as smooth and comfortable as possible. So if you have not have access to this, I would really kind of like urge you to try and log in, and if there's any issues, please reach out to us immediately. So this e-zone will be of use to you both before and during the event, and you'll be able to find everything you may possibly need through this one-stop platform. So this is a screenshot of how it's going to look like when you first enter your home screen. So your company name here is actually what will be printed for your name board at the show. So if let's say the naming is wrong and is anything that is inaccurate, including your stand, please contact us immediately so that we could make some changes before it's being printed on site as well. In the middle of it, if there's any questions, please feel free to put it into the chat group and I would answer them along the way. Yeah. So if you go into the e-zone, there's actually this page where you have a left-hand bar on some of the key things that you could be able to access some of the key details of what you'll need for the event. So there's an overall task list to help guide your process through what information we will need from you. And then in terms of the online profile, this is where we hope to get your profiles for your company, things like logos to be submitted. And also because of the high-res requirement for on-site print in terms of collaterals as well, we do urge you to send us AI or EPS version of your logo via WeTransfer. So there's a portion over here that please, if you could take note and send us a high-res version of your logo, and also to update your online profile here that could help us in terms of marketing for your company as well through our platforms and channels. So moving on, I think we also have this portion on uploading a press release. So to upload a press release is really more on what are some of the key announcements that you may have that you want to promote during the event. We do have a PR agency with us that could help in terms of joint releases, etc. if let's say there's any newsworthy angle that we deem fit. So if let's say you have any kind of collaboration or new announcements, etc., that you would want to reach out to us, please feel free to write in for any of your shows, and then we'll be able to see if there could be some joint announcement or collaborations to be done. If not, there could also be uploading of press release that we could help promote as well in terms of our marketing, depending on the newsworthy angle of your announcement. So this is all part of the e-zone. And then we also would have accessing of the online exhibitors marketing toolkit alongside some of the downloading of event logos, publicity guide, and accessing the online exhibitors manual. So over here, if you click through the back end, you would be able to access all our event logos, publicity guide that will help guide your process in terms of promoting for your booth at the event. You'll also be able to access the online exhibitors manual on what would be needed on site as well. And then this portion is where we have an exhibitor marketing toolkit to help you kind of like do some social media promotion, email invitation, etc. And it's all within the e-zone itself. So please do try and access the e-zone as soon as possible and run through the details of what would be able to help you for the marketing of the event. Moving on, this is actually a key portion that a lot of our exhibitors kind of like will always wait till a little bit later. So if I could trouble you to kind of like look into this portion, this is where we can help you invite your clients and people that you want to invite and see at the show. So what happens is we do have a group of telemarketers that is actively calling and reaching out to clients and delegates to attend the show. So if you have a list of people that you have been wanting to reach out but you have not been able to, if you could see this portion on VIP nomination, you could download the VIP nomination template here, fill in the details, and then we would be able to help source for these people and reach out to them as soon as possible. There's a deadline for this, so I'll run through the key deadlines later on. But these are all things that we would love to kind of address it upfront and help you reach the maximum ROI you could get at the event. So do look through this and we will definitely connect with you if let's say you have any questions. Yeah. Sorry, I saw the questions popping up. Some of my teammates are here who will help address the questions, but if let's say you have any other queries, I'll come back to that later. In terms of speaker sessions, so some of you may have speaking slots. I know that yes, you will have the slides later on. Yeah, some of you may have speaking slots. So if I could trouble you, I believe that our speakers liaison have already reached out. If not, do drop in a note to any of our sales and marketing person that you have been liaising with. And then we will need your help to kind of help submit session topic title and synopsis as soon as possible. And also in terms of presentation slides as well, what we are hoping to do here is that while you have speaking session, this is where we get most of our content driving out to the delegates to run the to join the show. So if we could have all this information as soon as possible, we can help run some social media campaigns, editorial interview, and then even in terms of our e-newsletters to promote some of the speaker session. So if we could also expedite this piece, I think it will help in terms of driving more content and more interest to the speaking slots and the event as well. So this is a portion that we'll probably need some help ASAP to get back to us in terms of your topic title and synopsis. So moving on to the key briefing dates. So today what we are addressing is purely on marketing platforms, which is the 3 platforms that I spoke to you about, Exhibitors Zone, Gave Me Lead Scanner app, as well as Swapcard. But for the key briefing, on-site briefing, it is actually held on the 7th of September. So this in-person briefing at the event location, it will be held in Marina Bay Sands at Hibiscus Junior Ballroom on the 7th of September between 2 to 6 p.m. So what this in-person briefing would cover, it would be across all portion, including operations, booth needs, sales, marketing aspects of the entire event. So please note down this date and we hope to see you on site in person as well. Moving on, so some of our key deadlines, how do we help to maximize your online presence? I think when you look through the eZone, there are some logos, etc. That we already have them available, and once you give us the details, we'll be able to put them into logo blocks, etc., and engage on social media. But all this is really, as soon as you give it to us, we will be able to start the marketing activities on our end. So if you could please submit the deadlines as soon as possible. And then in terms of VIP passes, this is where I spoke to you about in terms of the VIP nomination earlier. We can help invite your clients, and our telemarketers could be on board for that. But the deadline for this is really by the 23rd of September. So the earlier you could give the information to us, the timeline that is given, we would be able to kind of like have a bit more leeway and bandwidth to reach out to the people that you need for the event. So I think this is one of the focus that we would hope for you to send over the details as soon as possible, so we don't miss out on any of the key clients that you would love to have on site. So this deadline is by the 23rd of September. In terms of promoting your speaker sessions, while the deadline is on the 10th of October, we would be hoping that the moment you confirm your speakers, we would help to phase it out. So as early as possible, but the deadline is by the 10th of October. And if let's say later on, we will run through the swap card event app in terms of company info to be featured, etc. All the details, we will need to have them by the 23rd of September. In terms of the recording and on-site briefing, so if you can't make it on-site, yes, by the 2nd of October, we will have another recording being sent out via EDM. So I'm not too sure because we do have some of the exhibitors giving feedback that you do not receive our emails. So please, if we could get your company's help to whitelist our emails, usually we send out through EDMs and we will have information being sent out, recordings being sent out through our key email addresses, which I'll run through later on. But if we will need your help to whitelist this, if not, check your junk mailbox frequently to make sure that we get the information and communication across to you. So yes, recording will be sent out, slides will be sent out, so that we can keep you fully posted on what is happening on our end. Yeah. So in terms of sustainability efforts, I think we are really proud to present an event that embodies our commitment to sustainability. So we also hope that you join us in this journey by incorporating more digital communication, going paperless, opt for eco-friendly and reusable booth building material, avoiding one-time use of plastic at your booth, and then try to use carpool or public transportation to reduce carbon emission. And also, if let's say you have to use plastic bottles or paper, please use the respective recycling bins on site and MBS that will be available as well. So hoping that we could all have a joint effort to have sustainability at our event for a more sustainable future for all of us all. So yeah, and then last but not least, this is where I want to get to in terms of key contact information. So on our website, at Tech Week Singapore, singaporetechnologyweek.com, there's a FAQ page where you would be able to access all the key exhibitors information that you may need. And if there's any questions, so in terms of sales and marketing support, please reach out to us via all these email addresses that is listed in accordance to your event. And these are also the same email addresses that I would urge for your company to whitelist them so that the communication can always clearly get across to you. In terms of operation support, if there's any need, please email techops@closersteelmedia.com. And in terms of conference and speaker liaison support, which ties into our speaker marketing and what are some of the topics, etc., that you will be pushing out. So this is where most of the email are and the contact person are. So all this can also be found on the FAQ page on our website. If not, later on when we send out this slide, you would be able to access them as well, so that you could reach out to us in terms of any needs or any questions that you have. So that's on the eZone portion. Just before we run through, we run into the details of GaveMe in terms of lead scanners. Would there be any more questions that you have? I'll just wait for a couple of seconds before we move on to GaveMe lead scanners. Okay, I guess we are all good here. Let me try and get. Yeah. Great. So we have Casey and Andy who are in this call. Sorry, Casey, are you there? Sorry, just a minute. Let me just check in with them. Yep, hang on. First slide with the 3 points. Let me just take a look. Is this the one? This one? Okay, please do take a look. Sorry, I'm just trying to get sorry, just some technical error. Let me try and get gave me on board. I think they are in the call, but it seems that they can't be muted. So let me try and get them in now. Apologies for the technical error. Is there a recommended file format and size for the marketing materials to be submitted? Yes, it is actually all stated in eZone in terms of what would be the right sizes to be. And then in terms of logos wise, it would be EPS and AI format. I think that would be the recommended file format. In terms of team member registration for the ticket, if we add them into manage my team, no, there will be an exhibitors pass link that you could have them. So this is addressing, it would be you would have a homepage access from eZone itself, and then you could register for the exhibitors pass from the email from the homepage link. And to Sarin, sorry that I missed your question. Can we distribute posters, printed posters? Yes, you could, but we would just promote for sustainability as much as possible. When will the exhibitor manual be uploaded to the eZone? It has already been uploaded. You could access the manual through the online manuals shared. Sorry, Samantha and Clarissa. Sorry, Samantha and Ruby, I think you would be able to access the exhibitor manual on the eZone. It would be found right here. Hang on, let me just show it to you. Access the online exhibitors manual over here. If you have any problems accessing the exhibitors manual, could you let us know separately via email, via an email thread. We will check in on the reason why you are not able to access, but the exhibitors manual is actually online right now. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, what other questions did I miss? Limit for the exhibitors passes, yes, there would be, but it would be dependent on your sponsor's sponsorship agreement. So that we could take that off separately in terms of what sponsorship agreement you would have. And then there is a bespoke marketing link for each exhibitor. In terms of this registration link, it is mainly, it is not data that we'll be able to share. It will be data that is shared on site, but this registration link is for us to really keep track of who are the clients that you could be inviting and who are the people who have registered based on the link that you have provided to them. But it's not data that we can be sharing. Yeah. Sorry, just checking. Andy and Casey, are you able to log in already? Branding or exhibitor? Branding or exhibitor space or both, you mean? If that's the case, yes, you could reach out to Tech Ops email address for this. It would have to be exhibitors passes and not the visitors pass that you would be getting your colleagues to register. So there will be a link on the homepage for exhibitors passes. I'm so sorry. Give Me seems to have some issues for this. If we don't mind, we will have swap card sharing this portion of things first. Sorry, Emmeline.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hi, everyone.
if you don't mind, yes. Let's just run through
Yep.
swap card first while Give Me sort out the concerns. So I'll have the slide here and then have you share the rest of the screen. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'll just close that. So yeah, my name is Emma. I work with Swapcard, and so I'll be running through the kind of app side of things and the exhibitor center, just so you're kind of very familiar with that side ahead of the event. I'm just going to go and share my screen now.
Thank you. I'll stop sharing. Yep.
Okay. Can you see it okay?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so you will all have access to download the Swapcard app, but in order to do that, you'll need to go to your Google Play or your Apple Store and download the Tech Week Singapore 2023 app. Now, when you download this, you will also have access to log in. So in order to log into the Tech Week Singapore app, you'll need to use your email address that you registered for the event with and a password. Now, you will need to create your own password, and it can be whatever you want. And once you've created it, you can then obviously access and log in the app easily. You can log in via the Tech Week Singapore app. You can also access it via desktop. So I kind of recommend using the desktop when editing your profile, which I'll run through shortly. The app is exactly the same. It's just obviously on the mobile app instead of the desktop. So I'll just show you how they look differently, but essentially it's exactly the same information, just one's on a mobile, one's on your computer. Now, when you have access to the Tech Week Singapore platform, you will be able to see currently at this point what it looks like here. So as you can see, we just have the exhibitors button, but once all the other content will be available, you will see all the other content here, including like the attendee list, agenda, etc., etc. So this area will start to populate when that content is readily available for you. As I said, as it stands now, you just have access to this, which is quite simple, and the exhibitor center. In terms of how it looks on a mobile, as you can see here, it will look exactly the same, just with the exhibitors button. And then in order to access what the next section is the exhibitor center. On the mobile, you can click down here, which is your profile section, bottom right, and there'll be a button called Exhibitor Center here. As I said, personally, we do recommend accessing beforehand on the desktop, which is exactly the same. This is the desktop version. And to do that, you can click your profile here and Exhibitor Center, which will then take you to that section. Now, in order to, sorry. Here we go. So the Exhibitor Center looks like this. You have your company profile. So this is where you can edit all the company information. So as it stands at the moment, I don't have any information here, but a lot of you will already have some information, including logos, etc., etc. You can edit that if you wish to by going into this section and clicking Customize and Edit in the various sections here. So, for example, if I wanted to customize here, can change any logos if you want to. All of the dimensions are written here for you, and then you can easily click through to the next sections and easily edit all of this information from here directly. The next section is team members. So this will show all of the team members of your particular company that have access to the exhibitor center. So that means that they'll be linked to the virtual booth that you have on the app. As it stands, I am only the current team member that I'm showing you here, but if you do wish to add any other team members, they do need to have registered first for the event. Once they have registered, they will then have access to the app and the platform, and then you will be able to add them here. So if you have 16 members, you want to add them, you can add them, and then all of them will show here. You can also then, if you do have multiple team members, you can actually share all your contacts, which I'll run through shortly, with each other if you enable this button here. That means that any connections that I make and then my other team member makes, they will all be shared between each other, which will be great for following up afterwards. We then have the leads board section. So this area will start to populate once the event or people start to look at your company profile. So you'll have things like the number of views on your company profile, meetings, etc. This leads board will start to populate more. And you'll have more kind of statistics, that are shown in real time and updated automatically for you. So you can really have a good insight into what people are doing with your profile directly. And any connections that are made within your team members, as I said, if you've got 5 team members, any connections that they make, if they are sharing them, this area will start to populate, which is really great for following up afterwards. You can also export those leads directly by clicking here, which will come down in one Excel format for you. And as I said, was great to follow up on after the event, but this can be downloaded at any point during the event as well. We then have the meeting section. So you will have the possibility, again, when this is available, to schedule meetings with visitors, and visitors will also be able to schedule meetings with you. So when visitors schedule meetings with you, what will happen is you will get a notification on your phones. It will be a push notification, just so that you're aware that someone has booked a meeting with your company. It will then come through to the exhibitor centre. So you will see exactly what meetings have come through, who wants to book them with you, the time and the location that they want to have that meeting with you. You can then go ahead and either confirm it, decline it, and then what you can also do is if you have multiple team members, you can actually schedule that meeting with a particular member and allocate it to that member. So here I've got an example for you. We have confirmed meeting here. You will also be able to see upcoming ones, declined ones, and ones that haven't been responded to yet. So this is kind of like the go-to place to ensure that they are, or you've got everything, all the information there. As I said, you can also cancel meetings, you can see the meeting for more information, and you can see who it's with, and you can go into their profile if you want to as well. After the event or during the event at any point, you can also export the meetings as well, and this will bring everything down in Excel file. You can also rate meetings, and you can also write any notes during them as well, and this information will also come through in the Excel. When you are accessing the app, so if I just go back here, sorry. If I want to go back to the app view, just so that I can see just the normal content, you will also have access to your inbox, which is this one here. So you have access to your personal inbox, so any conversations that you have with anyone individually. You will also then have access to your company profile inbox. So mine's swap card for this particular one. So anyone that messages your company, all the team members will have access to that inbox as well. So you'll have your personal inbox, which will be your name, and you'll also have your company profile one as well. So if you do, as again, have multiple team members available, so say it's 5 members, all of those 5 members will have access to that company profile inbox and will be able to respond to any messages that come through to the company as a whole, as opposed to you individually. As I said as well, any notifications, so when you do get any messages come through on your mobile app, they will come through as push notifications, so please ensure that you do have those enabled. They are automatically enabled anyway when you download it, but if for any reason, if they aren't, you might need to just go into your settings to enable that for you. In terms of any other information that will be really useful for you, when you go down to the drop down, and again on the mobile, it's the same way in the same view, you can access what we have is a resource center, which is really helpful for any general questions and FAQs that you have. We have an exhibitors section here. So this kind of runs through all the information that I've just shared with you. So you'll be able to use, look through this, at any point if you do have any questions, which can be useful. And we also do have an app support. So again, if you've got any questions related to the app, please use this, and we have a team that are working all the time that will be able to help you with any questions relating to the app. That's everything from the swap card side. So do you want me to go through any questions now?
Yep, Emma, I think there's quite a few, but we have been addressing it on the chat group. If you could just take a quick look.
Yep. Let me just...
Yeah, and to all the exhibitors, just to really clarify, it's 3 platforms. GaveMe itself is the lead scanning app for visitors who come to your booth on site, and you will be able to scan them. And then SwapCard is really a meeting business matching platform that you actually download. So all of them, there will not be any device given. What we'll do is there will be mobile apps that you can download immediately into your mobile phones. And in terms of SwapCard, there will be an email that would be sent out within these few days for you to download the app itself and then access your exhibitors portal. For lead scanners for GaveMe, the email has already been sent out and you should have already been able to log in. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you won't be given a device for SwapCard, as Kaylin said. You can use your own mobile device. So if it's Android or Apple, you'll be able to download the app by searching Tech Week Singapore 2023 when you have access to that. Each of your team members will need access to SwapCard. As I said, they will need to register first in order to gain access, and then you can add the team members directly via the exhibitor centre, as I just showed you.
Yeah. Okay.
In terms of the making notes, does this inform all attendees of the meeting of the notes? No, it's just for internal use only. So if you rate them and any contacts that you make, if you can rate them out of 5 stars, they don't know what you rate them, and any notes that you write are not shared with them. So it's just for your personal use, just so that when you download that information afterwards, you've just got that that notes to remind you kind of what was discussed and if they're a valuable lead out of 5, for example. So no, don't worry. Anything that you write will be kept and private for you.
Great.
I would recommend.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I've just got another question for the. Sorry, I don't know which ones you have responded to. Yeah, I would recommend downloading the new app because it's a new Tech Week Singapore 2023 app dedicated to this particular event.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Cool. Thanks so much, Emma. So just to be clear, we have ran through eZone and then SwapCard for the business matching. And now what we are going to go through is GaveMe for the lead scanning app on site. On questions relating to lead scanning, please just refer to this session. And then if let's say there's any questions, do raise it up to us so we could help address it. Yeah. Andy and Casey, do you guys want to take over, please?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. Would you? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let
me
me
share screen. Okay, cool. Andy, you want to go ahead?
Oh, you're presenting for me, eh? Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, next page. So, okay, so I think some of the questions asked is, what is GaveMe lead scanning app? So GaveMe lead scanning app is an app that some of you may have used before, because I saw some familiar names, that when the visitor visits your booth, you can scan the QR code on their name badge so that you can take down notes on not only to get his context, but to take down notes on the what you have spoken to this particular attendee for, and then also download all this data at the back end in a later stage. All right. So this app is available on both Android and iOS. It allows the exhibitor to scan a QR code on the badge, and you're able to take notes. And the leads collected can be downloaded from a report at the back end. And this is can only be done by what we call an admin user, which is identified by each exhibitor to access this report. And the rest of the people who are using this app to scan the visitors at the booth, we call them app users. So I think let me set the definition right so that when I go on, you guys will understand better. Next, please. Next, please. Yeah, thank you. So we have received a list of some exhibitors from Closest Media, and we have actually imported it into our backend. And an automated email has been sent out to all these exhibitors, the admin users. You also have received this email. So do let Closest Media or let us know if you did not receive this email, and we can regenerate again. If not, you can actually continue to do the steps that I'm going to present later, even without this email. It's fine. All right. Next. So in order for the your representative at the booth to be able to use a mobile app to scan the visitors, we need to add them as an app user in our what we call a sponsor dashboard. Right. The link to go to this sponsor dashboard is in the email sent to you, or it's also shown here. It's called admin.giveme.com/sponsor. So you have to log in with your registered email address. Next, please. And you should be able to receive a one-time password. Just key in the one-time password on this page. Next. And you should be able to see something like that. All right. There will be your company name. All right. And the project name should be Tech Week Singapore 2023, and just click on Go to Project. So in this interface, you'll be able to see two things. One is app user, one is leads. So to add the app users, you just click on app user. Next, please. All right, then you'll be able to add in 5 app users in this page. So do note that all the admin users, we have already automatically set you as an app user. So you can add in another 5 more of your team. So for them to be able to scan the list on site. Okay, once you have sent, you added in the five app users, when you click on submit, they will actually also receive an automated message to ask them to download the app. So you can either go through iOS or Android, Google Play Store. So for iOS, those who have done use this app before, you'll probably see a cloud icon for you to bring it back to your phone again, because I know that iPhone has this feature to put the apps that you don't use to the cloud, so they won't take up the space in your phone. Next. So once you are in the app, you can log in with your email. So it's the same thing, email, and then OTP to enter. So after that, actually, I think most of you will also receive will see a screen of whether to use your either facial recognition or thumbprint recognition to actually open up this app. Then you will save the steps of logging in through email and OTP again after this. But the first time you have to log in with your email and OTP, and you will be able to see a page to activate your Meta card, which is your personal profile. Okay, this personal profile, you can skip this because this is only more for you to use it as a name as a business card. But for the event lead scanning itself, you have to tap on the event name below your meta card so that you can go into the event, and so that the system knows that you are scanning this QR code from the event registration. That's where we pull the data from. So once you scan the QR code, you can see personal details of this person. There'll be a space for notes taking. Okay, the space I shown here is very small, but once you tap on it, you open up. So you can key in the notes of the discussion you have with the visitor, and then proceed to rate them accordingly so that you know that whether it's a hot lead or whether you want to follow up soonest, or you can put them on hold for a while. Okay, so all these leads collected can be downloaded from a report, which is the same place where you add the app users. It's admin.giveme.com/sponsor. Log in through the same way, email and OTP, click on the leads, and you'll be able to see the name, email address, company name, and job title, and all these details. Export the leads, and you'll be able to receive it as a CSV file, and so that you can disseminate to your sales to follow up, or whatever follow-up actions that you may require. Next. That's all. Any questions?
I think there's quite a number of questions.
Yeah.
So maybe we run that through. Yes, the lead scanning app allow exhibitors to make notes against each lead. Can all members in a booth share one account? Yes, there will only be one account, and then users can be added in accordance to your sponsorship tier. So do added team members have access to the exhibitor swap card account? Yes, they would have to download it. And once the admin added them, they would have an auto-generated email that they can download from their device and access from their end. So everyone will access through their mobile phones and app to be able to download them. In terms of the exhibitors who do not have the emails, please check your junk. If not, do just drop us a note, and we will generate the access again for all the admins, and the admins are due to add in the users who will be on site. All the registrants lists be preloaded into swap card. Yes, it would be API link. So all the GaveMe registrants would be in swap card, and the swap card will be used for business matching. Did not receive any email for access. In terms of the email, as shared, if I could trouble the team to just drop us a note, and we'll make sure that you will get the email access and have that regenerated. Some of them could be sent directly to your admin or main contact who have worked with us, and thus not everyone has access to that. It may be a case where we need to update the main contact person from your company so that you get the email to add in the rest of the users. How many admin users can we have for one company? We can only have one admin users, but then depending on the sponsorship tier, we will have users added in for each company in the same account. Do you add in users via the mobile app or via a website login? You can add in the users both from the website login, mainly the website login, but you could also access it through your mobile.
It is a website to add in the user. It's not a mobile app.
Mobile app. As in when they download and log in through GaveMe. Sorry, Andy, you want to take this?
The adding in of user can be done on mobile, but it's not an app. It's a website that I've shared earlier with the URL, right? admin.giveme.com/sponsor. Right. Only when you when you added the users there, right? Then the users can log into their mobile app. Otherwise, if they are not added, even if they download the app, they won't be able to receive any OTP because their email is not in our system. Does that answer the question, Darren? Okay, I believe so. Next.
The app GaveMe is not generating OTP. This time around, there will be OTP sent through both via email and via your mobile phone. I think previously we mentioned about whitelisting some of the email access. I think certain companies, due to security issues, the OTP could not be sent through your email. Thus, this time around, you can select have them send through your mobile so that you will be able to receive the OTP. Can we invite more than 3 people? Sorry, Andy.
Wait, I just want to address as well, because if I'm not sure whether is it Fabio? I'm not sure whether you're an admin user or the app user. So similarly, like what Kellen mentioned earlier, if you are not an admin user in our system, you can key in the email, but you will not receive the OTP. Similarly, for the app users, if the app users are not added to the system, you can try to key in the email, but you still will not receive any OTPs. I hope that answer. Of course, another reason may be what Kellen mentioned as well. Maybe the emails has been blocked by your company's security system. Yeah, Kellen, you can proceed.
Okay, how do we add in all the attendees? Let me come back to you. It's actually on the slide. Let me just show that, because I think I have quite a few questions below asking how do we add users into the app. So let me run that through the slide again so that we are clear on this front and you can add the users in. When we scan the leads, is the info of the leads automatically populated? Yes, it is, and you can export the leads from the same platform. Will all visitors have the QR code on their passes for us to scan? Yes. There won't be visitors without a badge type. The badge itself will always have a QR code so that you can always scan that. I think in terms of what is the purpose of adding leads, ratings, comments, is really dependent on, so in terms of business matching, for Give Me Lead Scanning, these people has to come to your booth and have an interaction with you directly. For the event app, it's really business matching, and it could be people who you do not meet at the booth and you wanted to kind of like connect and have some business matching. So that's the difference in terms of the platform. Is it mandatory to use this app during the event? We have our own lead scanning and management app. This would be the main app that we have to collect data on our end. If you would prefer to use an app on your end, we would not be providing, we wouldn't be able to capture the data on our end, and thus you will not be able to receive any leads data after the event from us, because that is through this particular Give Me platform. But it is fine if you prefer to use your own app. My mobile app says the account is not activated. Is it the same account that you are using? Because you would have to use the same account to access the same the app. Andy, do you have any feedback on this?
I'm not sure what the Shirley is. I'm not sure what Shirley really mean, but I can look into this. As I mentioned earlier, mobile app itself and the admin account is two different things. One, the admin user is only solely to add in app users and to manage the report of the leads being captured. But the mobile app itself is mainly solely for usage on site, and it can only scan the QR code. If it's not activated, probably you're not added as an app user, but I can look into this for you. You're from which company? I think it's better for you to, I mean, there are a lot of questions here, so maybe you can send this through email to Closer Steer Media so that we can address this together. Right, Karen, is that okay?
I think in terms of what we could address here, we will. But for this particular instance, because we are not too sure what is the exact situation, perhaps Shirley, you could write in and then we could kind of address them directly. But for the rest of the questions which we could answer offline, or as in off the top, without really going into kind of like look into technical issues, then we will address them now.
Okay, so next question is, okay, as I said, the app is already there, means it's from last year. You can still use the app, but during the event, you should be able to see Tech Week Singapore 2023, be sure that you click on the event first, then you start scanning.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Can we have the steps? Yes. In the
we will send out the slides.
Yeah, and actually in the email sent to you, sent to the admin user, there are also links to the steps to do to perform for both admin user and app users as well. To activate the account. Okay, if you are admin user, once it's added, it is already activated. But for app users, you have to add them in the sponsor, what we call a sponsor dashboard, as I presented just now.
Yeah. So okay, moving on. Let me just show the slide again so that we can look into how do you add in the users again. And in terms of how many users can scan lead, it really depends on your sponsorship tier, but it's up to 5 users per account. 1 admin and 5 users. So going back to this, once you log in, you will be coming to this admin page. From here, you could add in app users from this page. So setting up process. Over here, Andy, you want to take this again for the team?
They are talking about adding app users, right?
Yeah, they have. I don't think they everyone understood how to add in the user. If you could just run through the process again, please.
Adding app user to go back. Yes, here. Okay, once you have, so I'll go through again. So let me know if you still don't understand. So once you log into admin.gameme.com/sponsor, you'll be able to see, you should only be able to see one account, one company name, which is your company name. And you just click on go to the project. And then you can see 2 items. One is app user, one is leads. So you click on the app users. You should be able to see this screen and say invite your users. So click on invite your users, the window will pop up to the invite users window will pop up, and you can just key in their details over there and then invite them. Once you click on invite, then they should receive an automated email as well to download the apps either from iOS or from Play Store. There's no other activation needed. So long as they're added, they should be able to access the app. So for app users, they have to log in with their email and OTP again. Not again, their email and OTP for the first time. And subsequently, they should be able to log in using either the facial recognition or their thumbprint. But for now, even if they log in, they won't be able to use this app yet because we are scanning QR code printed on the name badge, which is taking data from our REST system. And if you scan any other QR code, it won't work.
Yeah. So I guess just addressing some of the questions on how to add in the users. This is the process, but we will also send out the slide later on how we are able to add in the users. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. But once you receive the email and you log in as an admin user, you would be able to manage your users and remove and add in users on your end so that you and up to 5 users would be able to scan the leads on site. And if you're not able to make it, or if any of your team members are not able to make it on site, you can easily remove the user and add on another user to make sure that you have all the access to scan the leads on site. in terms of how many users your tier allows, I think you can check it through your contract. Your contract will be able to state how many user login is allowed. If in terms of how many admin user per company, yes, there will only be one admin user per company. If you have two emails, one is likely because the system on our end have got multiple contacts. And we would have sent one of you the main admin user login and the other just a normal user login. Yeah. Anything else that we could address? Yes, it gets captured real time on site, and no limit to the number of leads you can capture, and you can export it real time.
The question about someone from a company will not be able to attend. Can we swap attendees?
Yes, I addressed that earlier.
Forgive me if we can. Just need to click on the deactivate button and add in a new person.
Yeah. Who can I contact to check if I'm the admin user? You will be able to see it through the app. If you can't access, same thing. You please access this page and contact us via sales and marketing support, and we will assist as soon as possible. Yeah. Anything else that we can address right now? For leads from you for our presentation session. Sorry, B, I don't quite get it. How long do we need to wait for leads from you for our presentation session? Meaning the leads that you scan on site. If you're talking about the leads you scan on site, it is real time. So once you scan them, you can also access through the same platform and export all the leads that you have. If there's no indication on the number of users, please reach out to your respective sales lead. They will be able to advise you accordingly. Can we change users later if the colleague is replaced by another one? Yes, you can. You can deactivate a user and add that in again. The number of leads we can scan. So there's two parts to this. The number of leads that you can scan on site, there is no limit, but the number of users that is in the event app itself who can start scanning the app is up to 5. So how many you scan in terms of the number of visitors, there's no limit, but the number of people from your company who can scan using the mobile device, it is up to 5, depending on your sponsorship tier. On the app itself, there would be admin, and you can be the one managing the user. So only the admin is able to manage the user. We have a presentation at the event. My question is, when will we receive the attendees list from our presentation session? Okay, if you're talking about speaking sessions, it will be up to 5 days. Within 5 days, we'll send that through in terms of the leads that are captured at the speaking slot. Yeah. Is there any other questions that we can address right now? Sorry, I get that there's a lot of influx of questions. Would love to address. And if let's say you have no other questions, you are free to drop off, but we'll continue to address any more questions that the team will have, everyone will have. And then if let's say you have any further enquiries, please feel free to reach out to us via the email contacts provided as well. After I've downloaded the apps and created the account using my email and OTP, this account is not activated. Pop up below. Sorry, Faisal, do you mind sending through the screenshot? And we would look into that. Log into gave me site but did not receive OTP. We need to scan the attendees. Sorry, in terms of the OTP, Andy, could you address this on your end in terms of checking all the OTP issues? But Lauren has shared, if let's say you can't receive it via email, try to receive it via mobile login, because some of the emails could be blocked by your company's security system. We need to scan the attendees at the speaking slot via Give Me. Sorry.
Okay, then sorry. But the admin, for admin users, we do not have their mobile number in our system yet. So they have to share with us so that we can add in for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will get the mobile number in this case, because I think we spoke about having the OTP. Yeah.
Yes.
Do we need to scan the attendees at the speaking slot via Give Me? No. These lead scanners is only for your booth itself. Justine, if you are not the admin user of the company, yes, please email and we'll change the admin user to yourself. Because current list of admin users is the person who's directly in contact with our sales lead, and they will be the one adding them in. Fion, just to your question, you don't have to scan anyone for your speaking slot. Again, it would be just for the booth. So anyone who visits your booth, you have to scan it, but anyone for the conference session or speaking session, you don't have to. Yes, we will send the recording and the presentation as soon as possible. It will either be today or latest by tomorrow end of day. May I know if one Give Me account could be scanned by 5 users, please? So it is up to 5 users for one Give Me account, but it depends on your sponsorship tier. It could be 3 to 5 users in the end, but it will be up to 5 users who can be the ones scanning the leads at your booth. Yeah. Thanks for all the questions. If you have more, please keep it coming. If not, you know how to reach out to us through the contact details over here. Please just reach out to us directly, and we'll address to your queries as soon as possible. But in the meantime, yeah, if you have no other questions, please feel free to drop off. We ended our exhibitors briefing on the 3 platforms for now. Yeah. May I know roughly when will we be collecting the staff tickets? Staff tickets meaning the exhibitors badges. If you're talking about the exhibitors badges, it would be the day before during your setup day on site. WhatsApp group, it depends on your show. Certain show we did set up, but for Tech Week Singapore as a whole, we liaise mainly via email, and then yeah, with the email contact details shared. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. We'll send it latest by end of day tomorrow, but if we could later on, we will try. If not, end of day tomorrow, you will receive a copy. Thanks very much, everyone. Please feel free to reach out if you have any further questions. Thank you. We hope we address the questions and concerns. Yes, we will send out the email as in the slides, and we'll send out the process for the recording as well. And if let's say you need any more information, you could reach out to us directly. If not, on the 7th of September, there will be an on-site briefing that covers all this as well. Much appreciated. Deadline for registering the exhibitors pass. Just try to do it at least a week before the event so that we could have them printed on site for you to pick up the day before the event. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Let us know if you have any more questions so we could address it. Thank you. Regarding VIP registration, how will be the process? So this would be in the e-zone. So when you are in the e-zone, you would have this portion. If you can see the slides, there will be a VIP nominations portion where you can download the VIP nomination template. What you need to do is to just fill this in and then upload the CSV file, which is this template with the details in, and then submit. And then on our end, we'll follow up, and then we will keep the team updated on the status. Hope that answers your question. All right, thanks everyone. Please feel free to write to us if there's any concerns or any other queries. Thank you. Thanks everyone. To add invite team member for swap card. In the system itself.
I'm still here.
Oh yeah, great, Emma.
Yeah. So when you have access to the app, you will also have access to the Exhibitor Center, and you can add any other team members here. So there's a section called team members, and you'll be able to add them. Just to clarify that they do need to have registered beforehand and be in the system. If they haven't registered, you cannot add them as a team member. So please make sure they have done so beforehand.
Thanks, Justin. Thanks, Emma. All right. If that addresses all the concerns for now, yep, we'll end the exhibitors briefing here. And if there's any other queries, please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you.